I bet you guys don't know where we are. We are at the National Video Game Museum. This is a dream come true ever since I heard about this place. I've always wanted to come here. So before we get started, before we go into this wonderful piece of history and play some video games and look at some video game history, you guys do me some favors. Hit the subscribe button. Help us get to 1,000 subs. We're really close. But more importantly, as we go through this place, I want you to wait until the end, and then I want you to drop a comment below and let me know what your favorite thing was that you saw in this whole place, because we're going to tell you our favorite thing at the end. I would love to know yours too. This is going to be amazing. Mask up. Let's go. Video game museum? I bet you guys didn't expect this one. I've been wanting to come here ever since I heard about this place about a year and a half ago. Right when I started this channel, I heard about this place. Some people commented, hey, have you been here? I looked it up and I was like, wow, I can't believe this place exists. So I actually have a very specific goal in mind for exploring this video game museum, and that is I'm hoping to actually find some inspiration for my own game room. We just passed our yearly game room tour, and I now have a whole year to build it up even more and make it to that next January 1st deadline where I will post another game room tour. So I'm hoping to see something here that just sparks some sort of creativity, some sort of suggestion on how to display some new stuff. That's what I'm looking for. Hannah, what do you want out of this?
I just want to see some cool stuff.
All right, check. Well, I think you'll see that, because look, board game stuff over here, play stations over here, so you can play PlayStation 2 right now, Sega right now, Xbox right now. They're all plugged up and ready to go, which within and of itself is nuts. That's great. Like, that's worth the $12 in admission right there.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's another point. You guys need to come here. $12 admission is nuts. There's a what's the museum we went to in Arizona with your parents? It was the musical instrument museum, and the admission was like $30 or $40 a piece or something.
It was a lot.
It was a lot for a group of people, but $12 is more than you're gonna pay to play these at one of those places you go to play video games, if you have those in your town like we do. But board games over here, play games you can play over here. As soon as you walk into this place, this is what you're greeted with. And that's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. I want to touch, but I probably shouldn't. Giant game of Pong, does it work?
It works.
Do you have to put a token in?
No.
Well, that's something else. As soon as you walk in this place, they give you like hands full of tokens. I don't know what the tokens go in. Are we playing?
No. Playing.
Ready?
Oh, this is real. I will not lose. I lost! Oh my goodness, okay. This is hard.
It is. Oh no!
What's happened? There's like a barricade now.
Aww.
Whoa. Here we go.
Tied up.
Ah! Look.
Oh no!
What do we have to get to? I haven't played Pong since 1983. I suck at this game. Bro, I'm home right now. This is nuts. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. If you're not displaying your Game Boy collection this way, what are you doing? What are you doing if you're not displaying it that way? This gets me giddy too. Look at these e-reader unopened cards. That's a dream for me. And I also love and appreciate that these guys left the price tags. You can see the price tags on the cards right there. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. This is crazy. The child in me is just taking over. I have one of those. I don't have the rest of them, but I've got that one. This is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to inspiration. This is already kind of invoking ideas for me because I have a controller collection. If you've watched our game room tours, I've showed them off and stuff. But I keep coming up to this thing where like I have my good controllers on display, but then I always want to grab them to play them, and it just creates frustration. But there's almost not a single controller on this wall that I haven't found at the Goodwill bins that's like damaged or even has its cable cut off that I haven't thought I should just build that onto permanent display in my game room. And that's what these guys have done. They've gotten broken controllers, and instead of repairing them, they've just taken the cable off, probably recycled it to another controller to fix, and they've displayed them like this. And that's what this makes me want to do. I have half of these controllers at home right now broken, probably beyond repair, but I'm like, why not just permanently put them on display? Not saying I'm going to go home and do that, but it's exactly what this makes me want to do. And not only that, but on top of that, like look at these aftermarket controllers, a Barbie PlayStation controller. I find stuff like that at the bins all the time too.
I'm a big fan of custom furniture where it's like something kind of nerdy going on. Like, how badly do you want a Minecraft treasure chest coffee table in your house? Like, this is so cool. I really wish it opened. That would be the only thing. You can keep like blankets and your like remote controls and stuff in there. That'd be just amazing. I love it.
I don't aim to level any criticisms against this place. This is mind-blowing. It's awesome. But I do love Minecraft so much. I would love to go to a video game museum with a huge Minecraft exhibit, because it's my favorite thing on earth. But like custom-made chests, that is just wonderful. They've got some Minecraft stuff going on here, but I want to show you the most perfect touch ever. This block is being dropped in by a crane, and it's gonna be hard to see. But do you see what's driving the crane, Hannah?
Oh my god, it's a creeper.
It's a little creeper driving the train. Great touch, great touch. Also, another touch that you could probably only ever reach the level of in a gaming museum. This is a playable game in which you can run around, and this is actually where we are. This is this store. Isn't that nuts? This is crazy. If you run around this place, it's an almost exact approximation. Here's the entrance. There's the statue you see on the way in. That is a nice touch. This is exactly what I needed. This is exactly what I needed. You guys that have been watching for a while know that not only do I collect buttons and pins, but I make a lot of my own buttons and pins. And currently I have no way to display these, and I have ideas, and I've started displaying them in different ways. But look how on another level these guys are. I mean, look at this. This is some sort of custom display, and they've actually built pegs and things into here to display these in a proper way. And these are all things I've kind of thought of individually, but I've never seen this well put together and this well displayed. Tell me we don't need to start displaying our buttons like this.
Yeah, that's so smart. It's just a teeny tiny piece of cork.
Yeah.
They like screwed into the wall.
Yep. It's just cork holding those up. And so the pin is stuck into the cork is glued, heavily glued to the wall. Look at this Mortal Kombat one. I'm going home and getting to work, guys. That's what I'm telling you. I'm going home and getting to work. Look at these patches. Are these video gaming patches?
Oh, that's cool.
Activision, Billy Club, what? I find a lot of patches out on the road. I don't know if I've ever found any video game patches that weren't super modern. You guys that watch this channel regularly know that we are thrifters, we are resellers, but above all, we're just trash people. And there is a certain aspect about this place that is just like, it speaks to that trash person in me. You know, when I say I'm a trash person and I like to collect trash and dig through trash and find stuff to keep and find stuff to sell, find stuff to feed my habits, this place just invokes it. It makes me want to go home and collect more. Probably a good thing and a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. One of the questions I get asked the most on this channel, because my name is TENDO, this channel has plenty of video gaming related content. I get asked all the time, what is your holy grail? What do you want to find at the thrift store that would just be the be all end all? And my answer kind of changes a bunch. For a long time I said a yellow Game Boy, the Play It Loud series Game Boy. I now have one of those, so the search is no longer on for one of those. The next one that I would love to find, and this is a very unrealistic want, but I want a yellow PlayStation 2, man. I want that so bad. I would love to find one in the wild. They're very difficult to find. All these colored editions are difficult to find, but man, are they beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. You're not gonna see me in here very well because it is dark, but at least we've got a really sweet backlight. Look at all this neon awesomeness. This is one of 2 rooms full of arcade machines. Look at this. Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong, Punch Out, Spy Hunter. It goes on and on and on. I'm assuming this is the room that these are for. The tokens. So we'll have to pick something to play. But even then, I don't even know if I need to, because the other thing about this place that stands out that is just nuts to me, you would think a lot of this stuff would be roped off. There's plenty of, you know, rope lines to keep you away from things you shouldn't touch, but like, you can sit down in this 90s room right now that they've made with music playing. You can sit down here and play the Nintendo.
I love it.
And then same thing going on over here. You can sit down and play the gaming machines, and I have the utmost mad respect for the people who built this place, who decided that a component of this museum should be, these people need to come play these video games. Because what would a video game museum be if you couldn't play? You can definitely play stuff here. And that just, it kind of doesn't compute. I also wanted to point out this gremlin.
I love it.
It's so good. The fact that I can sit in this room and play that, it's crazy. I don't want to overdo it, but there is a suspicious lack of do not touch signs. Do you know what I mean, Hannah? There's like...
Oh, for sure.
Should we see if there's anything in the cabinets?
Do it.
Not disappointed. They want you to come don't come here and go overboard. Don't go opening stuff you shouldn't open. But like, they clearly want you to open this. I have to see what's in the...
It's in the drawers.
Hockey puck. A lone hockey. That's not disappointing. There's a hockey puck in there.
I thought it was sweet.
Okay, there's nothing else in there. Hold on. Actual 90s clothes. Listen to me when I say this. If I go stick my hands in this couch, then there's some surprise. Okay, we had to check, right? We had to check. There's actually newspapers and stuff down there. You can actually see what records there are. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm really digging these posters.
Star Trek books. Again, nice touch. You guys, whoever made this place, denim jacket. Have you peeped this jacket, Hannah?
It's a Blue Oyster Cult, so that's pretty sweet.
Could you give us an appraisal of what the jacket is?
Oh, it's a Levi's. Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
It's pretty new though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's a 90s one.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Straight 90s.
It's accurate. It's accurate. What else can we say about this? Does this invoke anything in you?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like this, walking down to my basement to go play video games is just where the video games were. It's just like, this is my childhood.
Yeah.
It's very
that wood
weird.
paneling is still there now.
We had a crochet blanket down there. It was green and like lemon colored.
What do you guys think?
It's cool, man. It's awesome. It's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
My brain hurts.
Yeah, I bet.
The fact that they've made it so interactive, they're inviting you to play these things, that's not like a normal museum.
I thought you'd be used to this with your collection.
No, it puts me to shame. I can't, like, it just puts everything I have to shame. I mean, like a good one, the PlayStation 2 those colorful PlayStation 2s over there, infinitely valuable. Super hard to find. I didn't think I'd ever see them in person in my whole life.
Really?
And they're just sitting there.
My favorite thing I saw is right here.
The board games?
I loved playing this game. I would go to TJ, Baja California, Tijuana. My cousins, this was the only game they had.
Really?
Loved this game. Yeah.
You mean the actual board game?
The actual board game.
That's great.
This game.
I had no idea this existed.
Yeah, I remember it. I was like, click, 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 click. Yep.
Well, this makes me feel pretty like determined to get out there and do more thrifting, because I bet a lot of these games up here are rare, semi-rare.
Yeah.
And our access to board games in Phoenix, where we thrift every day, is so immense that this stuff does and will turn up. This makes me want to collect board games. I'm not a board game person, but I will be if I find this stuff at the thrift store.
Yeah, this is awesome.
It's nuts. What even is that? It's a Japanese Mario board game. Okay, cool. It looks to me like the bathrooms might actually be Dragon Lair themed, because they're back here in this corner behind this Dragon's Lair mural, which is beside this Dragon's Lair arcade machine. They're probably one of the most interesting displays in the whole place. Is like everything Dragon's Lair. Stickers, hat, games, books, board games. Man, would you not love to find that out in the wild?
That'd be wild.
That's awesome.
Look at the puffy stickers.
I could make one of these acrylic face displays pretty easily. You know, route out a frame like this and put some plexiglass over it. But the real question is, out of all the things we collect, what do we have that deserves to be displayed like this the most, do you think?
That's tough. I mean, your Monster Rancher
Furbies!
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. You think my Monster Rancher stuff?
Hey, you've got a good collection of Monster Rancher.
Including some unique stuff. So we need to find a Monster Rancher board game to make the center display and then fill it in with the rest. I'm down. I'm down. I've never actually seen one of these in person. The Nintendo sewing machine.
So this is something that's really cool. I didn't know that this existed, but there's a Singer sewing machine that you can use your Game Boy to like make stitches and do really fun stuff with, and they made it like the Game Boy Color scheme. They made it so that it could appeal to a younger audience. They would learn to sew. I love that.
I can't help but feel like this is just somebody trying to do what I'm doing, but they're doing it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I keep all this video game stuff in my living room. I spend just as much time worrying about my interaction with the items as I do playing the video games. And some people watch our videos and don't understand that, but some people get it, and these people get it. These people did this to curate it, to put it on display. They didn't want to just lock all of it away. I mean, some of it's locked away, it makes sense. You don't need to touch those multi-$100 games. But the amount of interactive stuff in here is nuts. That, like this room over here, you can sit down inside the 90s room, bedroom, and play. That's inspired. But you know what? I bet the people running this place have to do a lot of work. As much play as those PlayStations and GameCubes plugged up over there get, they're probably constantly fixing them and buying new cheap parts off eBay to keep them going. And that's dedication, because they don't have to do that. They could save a lot of money if they didn't do that, but they choose to do it anyways. So I worship them. You guys, whoever made this place, I worship you. I really, like, you're great.
I told you, 30, 40 years, the American pickers of that time are going to show up to your place, and this is going to be it.
Yeah. This is, listen, as soon as I'm rich, my house, my personal space, my office space is going to look like this.
And I could have our living room.
Look at this yellow lamp.
No, seriously, this is like our basement in the 90s.
Oh, this looks exactly like your house does now.
Yeah, my basement looks like the paneled walls.
We need to show that off next time we're there. Your Hannah's home basement looks exactly like that. 100%. Yes, we're talking to you, Mom. This keyboard. This is Typing of the Dead typer die set. Aaron. My buddy Aaron loves Typing of the Dead. I didn't know there was a special keyboard for it. What the heck? This is it. This is the box. God, we're gonna have to leave. I can't handle this right now. This is crazy. Look at this. That's a voice memo keychain. Well, I also collect keychains. Didn't know that existed. I'll never sleep again.
Have you ever forgotten systems that you picked up at the thrift and left them in your van in Phoenix?
Have I ever forgotten systems that I bought at the thrift and left them in the van? No, I haven't, but I would love to hear a description of how this happened, because that's nuts. I've also never seen a Dreamcast with the screen on it, like the PlayStation 1 popularized. I've never seen that. That's probably worth more than my entire net worth, which is nothing, so I don't know why I use that, but this is crazy. When you're a video game collector like I am, value is something you kind of can't hide from. I try not to obsess about value with the stuff we collect, but it's important to know what's valuable so you don't leave anything valuable behind. I like to keep most video game stuff I buy because I am a collector. However, a huge part of how I build my collection is I buy the valuable stuff I already have to sell again and buy more stuff.
Right.
It's just how this works. It's how it works for a lot of people. That being said, there are lots of items here that I just, in the course of doing business, of making the videos we make, I know the value of, and it just is, there's almost a suffocating feeling looking at this wall, all the value that is just singular items, singular little pieces of memorabilia that on their own are almost priceless. I mean, there's some big obvious stuff. There's consoles here that, like I pointed out, the PlayStation 2s that are just extremely valuable. However, there's just lots of smaller things, like look at all these store displays. They're not necessarily priceless, but there's not one of these displays on here that you can't walk into the right place, the right video game store, the right place full of video game collectors and not get tons of value out of. It's overwhelming. It just overwhelms me. I've never seen one of these in person, and that's kind of something that keeps happening. I keep seeing versions of consoles that I know about, but I didn't think I'd ever see in person. Here's the best example. This is a GameCube, if you don't know about this bad boy. It's a Panasonic Nintendo team-up GameCube, and honestly, they're impossible to find. They're even more impossible to find working. And I didn't think I'd ever see one in person. There it is. And you know, there's people with channels like mine that find these at the thrift store, get really lucky. I don't know that I'm gonna be that guy. I don't know if I'm that lucky, but there's one. I finally, like, you never understand the size of stuff when you only see it on video. You think you do, you get an approximation. Like when you guys see us in public all the time, you're like, you're twice as big as I thought you were. It's just what happens. Cameras lie about sizes. That thing's way bigger than I thought it was. Like, I wish they had a normal GameCube up next to it so you could see it's huge compared to a GameCube. But it is a GameCube. I've actually always wanted to play a Star Wars arcade cabinet, so look at the scroll. Obi-Wan Kenobi is gone, but his presence is felt within the Force. Let's go. Look at this. It's like 3D. Dude, this is all I ever wanted. I have to own this machine. The controls are good. Look, we're flying towards the Death Star. I'm so excited right now. We are flying. You see the Death Star? Alright, I'm actually controlling where I'm going now. It just like came together. My favorite arcade game, if anyone ever asks, Atari Star Wars, that's great. I'm not even kidding, that was amazing. I would love to have the Star Wars arcade game in my house. I've never been so fulfilled by an arcade machine. Let's see what the kids got.
Oh, I suck at this game.
Ooh, kid. Oh, nice. Yes. I walked away from this machine, and you, like 5 minutes ago, you're still rolling. You're still rolling. He's breaking the chicken's neck. Is that it? Is that game?
No, I got one more, and then that's it.
Jumped over. Big rip. Big rip.
A girl beat me.
You got really far though.
Yeah, I did.
Kind of the skill here is appreciated. Camera in one hand, joystick in the other, killing it.
Oh no!
Not killing it. That's a wrap for the museum and arcade. The exit to the arcade is the gift shop before you leave. 100% chance I buy something.
Yeah.
Is that my size?
It's a 4X.
Look at this. Yoshi skeleton video game. That's the best one, I think.
That's cute. I like the Jurassic Park Yoshi one though.
Yeah, I do too. It's also got a skeleton. That's a hard choice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really drop money on t-shirts very often, but this is my jam. This is the best thing ever.
What do you think? I kind of like this one, but that's just me.
I like how simple this one is. I like that I look like I'm wearing a respectable t-shirt, and then you look closer, it's Yoshi skeleton. There are some plush here that I'm very angry I haven't found at the thrift, like that Dragonite, this Zard right here, and then the Dratini and stuff. These are all very nice. They're straight up imported, I believe. I mean, it all is, but like, these are amazing. These are amazing.
They're really good quality.
Yeah, they're very nice. Very nice. I don't see how we leave without this. Get a patch for my backpack and a pin for a pin board. $5 for the patch and $4 for the pin. That's awesome. What is this, coasters? You know what? I've strangely actually thought about doing this because this kind of RAM shows up so much at the Goodwill bins.
That'd be so cool.
Keychains, yeah. Well, what would be even better is like the half sticks of RAM. Oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Definitely leaving with these though. I'm so tempted to just say F it and buy 2 t-shirts because I can't pick. Hannah, what was your favorite thing about the National Video Game Museum?
That 80s living room, I think, is probably it.
80s living room. Ivan, what was your favorite thing about the National Video Game Museum?
Seeing that Pac-Man board game again.
Heck yeah.
My favorite thing was the 80s music and the arcade.
Hey TENDO, what was your favorite thing about the National Video Game Museum? Easy. It was the interaction. The fact that you could touch things and play with things. If I had to pick a specific point of interaction, the fact that I opened those cupboards and those drawers and there was stuff inside. What did you guys think? I want you to comment below before we go. What was your favorite thing you saw in the whole place? I really want to know because it's going to be a little bit different for everyone. There was so much there that was unexpected. I'd love to know what you thought. Also, before we get out of here, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button. We're like this close to 10,000 subs. We would love your help getting there. And that's going to be it. We post daily videos here on the channel. Come back tomorrow, see what we get into. I can't wait. Unfortunately, whatever it is may not be as cool as this place. I might have peaked. I might not ever do anything cooler than this because that was the best time I've had in forever. That was just amazing. Peace out, guys.